Hi, my name is Jessica Belici, and for my Module 3 project, I'll be looking at a CLRN certified online course. I chose U.S. History by Edmentum, Inc., which is formerly known as Plato. And I'll be looking at the different strengths based on both the online course standards and the content standards. This course is very strong in the following three online course standards, which are set forth by Nicole. A4, that information literacy and communication skills are incorporated and taught as an integral part of the curriculum. In the descriptive summary for this course, it states that they will learn about and apply historical inquiry process. It also states that it's critical to this course for students to recognize the need for information, as well as how to find it, assess its credibility, and use it to draw conclusions. Another Nicole online course standard this course is strong in is B8, that the course design provides opportunities for appropriate instructor-student interaction, including opportunities for timely and frequent feedback about student progress. Edmentum's Ed Options Academy policy actually stipulates that teachers must communicate at least twice a week with individual students and provide feedback on all completed work within 24 hours. Edmentum also offers a lot of different communication tools, which include student-teacher messaging, online threaded discussions, and teacher feedback on coursework completed. The third Nicole online course standard that I thought this course was really strong in was D1, that the course architecture permits the online instructor to add content, activities, and assessment to extend the learning opportunities to students. In this course, teachers can add content, activities, and assessments, as well as different grading criteria within the formerly Plato learning environment system. Edmentum also allows the ability to re-sequence content to meet student needs. As far as content standards go, I looked at the Common Core state standards. And the first standard I thought this course was very strong in was grade 11, standard 11.3, which is that students analyze the major social problems and domestic policy issues in contemporary American society. This course is a U.S. history course, so this standard has a focus on describing the changing roles of women in a society as reflected in the entry of more women into the labor force. Edmentum's course is really strong with this standard because it states outright in the descriptive summary that one of the focuses of the course is that students will use evidence to evaluate change and continuity over time by writing essays, creating presentations about broad periods of historical development. A second content standard I felt this course was really strong in was 6.1, also under 11th grade. That students analyze the different explanations for the Great Depression and how the New Deal fundamentally changed the role of the federal government. This with a focus on describing the monetary issues of the late 19th, early 20th centuries that gave rise to the Federal Reserve. I think Edmentum's course is strong with this standard because also in their descriptive summary, they state that one focus is that students will gather evidence from relevant documents, different historical texts, in order to develop credible explanations of events in U.S. history. So it's not just about one text or textbook. Students need to know how to develop their own explanation, which I think helps the standard a lot. The third content standard that this is strong in is 7.7. Students analyze America's participation in World War I and discuss the decision to drop atomic bombs, which can be a very convoluted subject with different sides and lots of evidence. In the descriptive summary for this course, it states that they need to gain an understanding of how events link to each other and then analyze historical documents for a first-hand sense of how events unfolded, which I think is really important to understanding really complex decisions like this. As far as budgetary concerns, there are some things that a district would need to think about. With content, we would have to think about purchasing licenses or access to Edmentum if the district didn't already have Plato. As far as personnel, tech support is really important, but teachers can more or less deliver the content. Working with Edmentum and Plato before, the courses are very self-paced and all included within the platform, so teachers can provide support, but they don't need too much training other than how to use Plato or Edmentum. Equipment, students will definitely need devices that can access the internet. Edmentum is a web-based program, but it does work on many different devices, Apple, Mac, Android. There's lots of different types of devices a school could choose from. As far as professional development, again, Edmentum training would be needed so teachers know how to navigate it and can help students navigate it. But aside from that, it's a pretty simple program to use, but tech support would obviously need to be in place. The course's impact on positive student outcomes. It's very important to measure how the program is working, and Edmentum has a few embedded options that teachers can use. They use project-based assessments, formative assessments, and summative assessments that can be mandatory or chosen by the teacher, and the data can be collected and used to measure student achievement and really pinpoint areas of need. To go into each of those a little deeper, project-based assessments is stated in the course descriptive that students need to gather evidence from relative documents, historical texts, in order to develop credible explanations of events in U.S. history, and then students will use that evidence to evaluate the change, which lends itself really well to a project-based assessment. Formative and summative assessments you can find in Edmentum. Formative mastery tests per unique skill or standard, so you can really tell where the students are not getting it or where they're excelling and you can move on. And summative midterms and end of semester exams could be really useful if multiple teachers are using it to see how well the program is actually working at the end of everything. And that's my overview of U.S. history by Edmentum.